Okay, hi everybody. Now, what is your kryptonite? We're going to identify today and overcome the things that hold you back from achieving success in your business, right? Like even Superman had kryptonite. That one thing that drained his power and held him back from being the hero that he was meant to be. And guess what? We all have our own version of kryptonite. It's the things, people, or thoughts that stop us from achieving our full potential in life and in our business. So today, we're going to uncover yours and what it is, what your kryptonite is, so you can face it head on and take back your power. So, this is what you're going to need to do. You're going to grab a notebook and a pen because you're going to be actioning your power moves while you're watching this video. You're going to hit pause and do it as we go. Okay, so if you don't have the pen and notepad right now, push pause and go grab it and then come back and let's get into it. So, this is not blaming others or feeling bad about ourselves, not at all. This is about identifying the obstacles so that we can create a plan to overcome them. And we all have them. Because here's the truth, your success depends on recognizing what's holding you back and deciding to move forward anyways. Okay? So let's start by understanding kryptonite. Now, these are things that it can be. There's probably even more than this, but I just want to start with you the most common. So this is what it kind of looks like in real life. It's not a glowing rock, a green rock, but it can show up as negative self-talk that makes you second guess every decision. Sadly, it can be a spouse, a friend, or even a family member who doesn't understand or support your goals. I had a little bit of a skeptical husband, but thankfully he did always support me. He was just skeptical of what I was doing. Fear of failure, or even sometimes, yes, the fear of success. I know that sounds odd, but it can happen. Procrastination or perfectionism. And that can show its ugly head when we go to make a video. Maybe we procrastinate, or we want it to be just perfect that we just work on it and takes so much time. All right, we want to get away from both those things. The first step to conquering your kryptonite is identifying it. Think of it like shining a light on the enemy so you can find what you can't see. Okay? So, step 2 is I want you to we're going to do some self-reflection here. Now, you're going to identify, so this is when your notebook comes in. So grab that notebook and that pen. If you don't have it again, go grab it, okay? And I want you to hit the pause after each question so that you can give it the thought and time that it needs for you to really comprehend it. So, what or who comes to mind when I think about what's holding me back? Are there any specific people, situations, or thoughts that may drain my energy or confidence? When I try to work on my goals, what distractions, fears, or obstacles show up the most? So I want you to write down everything that comes to mind. No filter, no judgment. This is just for you. You're not sharing it in the community unless you want to, and like you have a breakthrough, an aha moment. Then absolutely share that in the community. But just write it down because sometimes we don't even realize these things are what's holding us back. So when we become aware of it, it diminishes its power over us. Okay. So pause this video, take the time you need to really get this written down. And if you all of a sudden in the middle of the night or you think about something else later on, come back and add to it because it's your notes, right? It's helping you. So then we got to take ownership of your power. So now that you've identified your kryptonite, here's the good news. You're not powerless. Kryptonite only has power when you let it. So today right now, we're going to create a plan to take back your control. And we're going to learn, so it's called the 3A process. You're going to recognize your kryptonite for what it is, name it so you can face it. You're going to assess. So, can I control it? Ask yourself, is this something I can control? If yes, how? If no, how can I respond differently to minimize its impact? Okay, that's some deep stuff there. How can you do it? So create a game plan for what you'll do when kryptonite shows up, because it will. It will. Guarantee it. And then when you realize it's going to show up, you all of a sudden look at it as, there's that kryptonite. And just call it out for what it is, going, oh, no, no, no. You're not going to have the power over me, kryptonite, right? That's when you have the ability to take your power back, because you're aware it's there. So create a kryptonite action plan. So now it's time to take action. For each piece of kryptonite you wrote down, I want you to answer these questions. What will you do when this person, thought, or situation arises? So for example, if it's negative self-talk, your action could be repeating an affirmation like, I'm capable and I'm worthy of success. Or you can look at the wallpaper that you have on your phone right now that you've been saying to yourself 10 times a day, right? And just look at it again and go, no, that thought is not true. This is the truth. So you speak the truth over yourself, right? We talked about the words we say to ourselves, very important. We talked about that in the first video. Okay, would you say that to your daughter or your son or your grandchild? No, you wouldn't. So why do we say it to ourselves? If a spouse or friend doesn't support you, your action could be setting boundaries or having a conversation to share your goals and just letting them know that maybe you just don't talk about that in front of them, because you don't want to hear the negative comments. Just, be honest with them. How can I set myself up for success despite this kryptonite? I also like to listen to a powerful podcast. There's certain podcasts, people that I love that just are, they're entrepreneurs. They're just very speak words of truth and life and power. And when I listen to them, I just feel so gung ho. Because I'm a Christian, they just speak words of life, like biblical life, into my heart and my soul. So that's something I like to do. So if you have some podcasts or people that really motivate you, that's a good time to listen to those things. I also sometimes music. I can dance around and get my energy up, and just really strong worship music or powerful music that really just motivates me and gets me in the right frame of mind. So that's just some of the things that I like to do. Again, look at that wallpaper on your phone, right? So if it's procrastination is your kryptonite, your plan could be, setting a timer and committing to just 10 minutes of focused work. Just saying, no, you're going to show up. Like, I'd talk to myself, no, Wendy, you're going to show up, you're going to do this, and you're not going to care. You're going to take one video shot, you're going to edit it, and it's going to be done, right? Like, if you're perfectionism or something like that, you're just going to do it just because people want to see authentically you. So you just do it. So write down your plan for each piece of kryptonite. This will be your roadmap to navigate challenges as they arise, because they will. That kryptonite will come into your life, and at least you'll have proactively put down something that you want to do, and then you do it. Look at your book, look at your pages that you wrote, and then take an action. So then step 5 is reframe the kryptonite as growth opportunities. So encourage a positive perspective. So here's the thing about kryptonite. It's not just something that holds us back. It's also a chance for our growth. Every time you face and overcome your kryptonite, you get stronger, more resilient, and more prepared for success, right? And honestly, every time you overcome it, the faster you overcome it the next time, and the faster the next time. Okay. And never beat yourself up if you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I wallowed in self pity all day. You can go, you know what, Wendy, you wallowed in self pity all day, but at least you recognized it and it didn't go on for 2 days. And the next time I'm going to get faster at it, I look at my book and go, oh my goodness, that was negative self talk. No, 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 this is the truth. That's not the truth. And I correct it faster and faster. And you'll get the same way. So instead of seeing it as a weakness, see it as a stepping stone. With every step you take, you're proving to yourself that you're unstoppable. All right. So you've taken the step by identifying your kryptonite and creating a plan to overcome it. So remember, it's not about being perfect. It's far from that, right? We're not perfect. It's about showing up even when it's hard. You're stronger than you think. And every time you push past your kryptonite, you're stepping closer to the success you deserve, right? Every time. So now go out there, take action, show the world that you're what you're made of, because you got this. You have the power and you can take your power back. Kryptonite does not have the power over you. You have the power for it. So you've been doing some power moves here, but I want you to review your action plan daily. Just kind of look at this every day because it'll get more and more. You'll be like, okay, this kryptonite, there might even be more kryptonites that show up that you can add to this and then put your action plan to it. Share your insights in the community if you want. I'd love it. So we can support each other and we can conquer our kryptonites together. Because you might see there's other people in the community that have the same thing. And you might go, wow, I love what you're doing with that. I want to apply that too, right? So that's the awesome thing. All right. I hope this was helpful. I can't wait to see your comments in the community and how you're battling and overcoming your kryptonite. Take care.